In the pitch-black early minutes of November 13, 1942, the waters off Guadalcanal seemed to hold their breath. Then, without warning, Rear Admiral Norman Scott led his small American task force into one of the most savage close-range naval battles of World War II. At 54 years old, Scott stood on the bridge of the light cruiser USS Atlanta, knowing full well that the Japanese force they were intercepting, packed with battleships, cruisers, and destroyers, outgunned them in every way. The fight erupted just after 1:40 a.m., so suddenly that both fleets were nearly bow to bow before they realized they had collided in the dark. Searchlights stabbed through the night, and Ironbottom Sound roared to life with blazing gunfire. Shells screamed across the water, torpedoes knifed through the waves, and entire ships vanished in eruptions of flame. A Japanese battleship locked its spotlight onto Atlanta, turning her into a silhouette of doom. Enemy shells smashed into her superstructure, knocking out power and cutting down sailors where they stood. Shrapnel from both enemy fire and panicked friendly guns rained across her decks. Through the chaos, Admiral Scott refused to duck for cover. He stood on the bridge beside Captain Samuel Jenkins, shouting orders to keep formation and drive straight into the enemy line. Under his direction, Atlanta's guns fought back fiercely, striking at searchlights and hammering the ships targeting their comrades. But the night was merciless. Multiple 8-inch shells tore into Atlanta, followed by torpedoes. In a single devastating blast near the bridge, Norman Scott was killed instantly. But still standing, still commanding, still in the fire with his men, Atlanta drifted crippled and burning, her decks littered with the fallen. Yet she had helped break the Japanese attack. Their mission to annihilate Henderson Field failed, and the brutal night became a turning point in the Guadalcanal campaign. For his extraordinary courage and unshakable leadership, Rear Admiral Norman Scott was posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor. 4 months later, President Franklin D. Roosevelt placed the medal into the hands of Scott's widow, honoring a commander who met the storm head-on and never stepped back.